Okay, hey, this is Mega here. So I got another Sauron Lightbeat video here for it's a part for the BAC 4000 controller. So it's been a little while. It's been a while since I made like a Sauron video because I just went on an adventure ride on my DR650. So it's been I completed the Transamerica Trail is what I did. I rode the Idaho and Oregon Transamerica Trails on my DR650. So good times. So anyway, I'm back now, and I ordered this before I left, so I knew I would get it. So what this is a Synergy Heatsink controller mount is what it is, or it's more like a controller mount and a heatsink in one. Okay, so I mentioned about this when I made the heatsink for the BAC 2000. The good thing about this guy is it clamps onto the controller as opposed to the one that I made where I had to drill the controller heatsink and bolt it on there. Okay, and in my opinion, the one that I made was fine, but I wanted to do a video on this guy and show you what it's all about. So it is it's a controller slash heatsink mount for a BAC 8000. But I think it said on the website that it would work on a 2000 and a 4000 also. So I'd imagine it's just probably just gonna stick out a little bit. Okay, so anyway, more heatsink, more heatsink, more cooling, right? That's what I'm gonna say. All right, so here's some info on it. I ordered it on September 30th. I don't know when I got it because like I said, I've been on the road for like 2 weeks, so. But I think it must have got here within those 2 weeks, is what I'm thinking. So it took less than 2 weeks to get this. It was already, they already had them in stock, so they already made like a batch of like 40 or something. I ordered this from mattbodos.com, okay? And it says here on the box, Matthew Bodos Design and Distribution, okay? They also make RC helicopter parts, like Synergy helicopter parts and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So it's just kind of random that they, I don't know what the story about how they wound up making Sauron parts or like parts for the BAC controller, but here it is. They're the only ones that make it. Okay. All right. So anyway, we're gonna do an unboxing. So I'm gonna tell you what the product is called here in the invoice. It's a 1X Synergy mount, okay? Heatsink for BAC 8000 black, and then there's a part number for it. It's Bravo Delta Dash Sierra Mike 80000 Bravo, okay? And it was $125. And I paid for the cheapest shipping was $0. It was free shipping, so that was good. Free shipping. I don't know. I would say it weighs like less than 5 pounds. How about that? What does it say? It's 3 pounds. That's how much it weighs. Well, we will put it on the scales to compare when we install it and all that stuff. Okay. Alright, so let's go do the unboxing. I've already opened it, but I haven't taken it out of the packaging yet, so this should be fun. Alright, here's my out. Okay, so there is the box. So the reason I bought this is because I raced my bike in a supermoto race, and I noticed after about 10 minutes the bike slows down. Yeah, about around 9-10 minutes, the bike slows down, your regen gets weaker, and I think it's the controller overheating. I don't think it's the battery. The battery gets pretty close, but yeah, so I figured we need to get as much cooling as we can on the controller. That's definitely the weak spot of the Light Bee, is it starts to overheat after like 9 minutes. So if you have a longer than 9-minute race, then you're gonna be, you're gonna become slower. So that's gonna be a disadvantage for you, because the other bikes probably won't be going much slower. They'll probably be getting faster throughout the races, I'm guessing. Okay, so anyway, here it is. That's the reason I bought this. I wanted my bike to have better endurance, or more consistent performance over longer period of time. Okay, the only reason you would probably want this is if you were racing. Okay, other than that, everything else that I ride the Light Bee in, I haven't been able to really overheat it all that much. Okay, except for like hill climbs. If you do a lot of hill climbs, probably. Okay, so this is what it comes with. So this looks like the mount for it. You got one really big mount right here. It looks like it's 3D printed. It's really light, and it has the bolts with it. Okay. Now let's do this. Let's just put this. We'll take everything out, and I'll put it on the side here. Okay. That's one. Then you got this. 2 smaller little 3D printed blocks. 3D printing looks really good too. And you got 2 kind of panhead, Allen panhead bolts is what they are. Okay, 2 of those. And we got another one. These look like the little clamps that clamp onto the heatsink. Okay. It's got a bunch of screws with it. Okay. And there's a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd imagine we're probably not going to use all these. Probably going to use like 4 of them. I'm thinking. Okay, and here is the unit itself. It is pretty hefty, I'll tell you that. Okay. Okay, it's the bubble wrap. Now it's wrapped in some kind of like a butcher paper sort of type stuff. Oh yeah, you know what? We didn't go over the website, like what the features were of this thing. But we'll just do the unboxing. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Very nice. You can see the light reflecting off of it. It's pretty bling. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to get this. It's bling bling. Okay. It's got the big B here for Bodos. It's got kind of like a wheel or a gear, I guess, like a dirt bike wheel sorta. It's got heat sinks in it. This looks like it was made from one solid piece of aluminum. Okay, it was what's the word they call it? CNC. Okay, they just took a big chunk of aluminum and then the machine goes and machines all this stuff out. Okay, very strong. It's very hefty too. Definitely a good mount. So, okay, so this acts as a heatsink and a mount, and that's all it came with. Okay, so that's everything that came out of the box. No instructions, nothing. Okay. So I'm kind of not happy with the no instructions part. I think you should always have instructions. We don't really know how to go install this guy now, so Hades and Maya kind of has to figure it out. But I'm assuming this goes here, and these go on the side, and there should be a hole somewhere here. Ooh, yeah, that's a good question. There should be a hole in this. Let's go take a look at these more carefully. Okay, so anyway, so this is the heatsink right here. It's got these 6 holes here for the clamps, okay, or 6 pairs of holes for the clamps. Okay, for BSC 4000, I think we're probably only going to use these 2. Okay, and then this mounts to where the BSC 4000 is connected right now, or mounted right now. It goes on the tilt sensor. That's where that is, tilt sensor. And then it's got holes right here and here, threaded holes, so you can bolt it to the stock controller mounts. Okay. I'd imagine this goes right here because that looks like that, You know, it's like Hades Maker's trying to figure a puzzle out, man. I wish there was an actual instructions. Maybe on the website there is. I'm not sure. We'll check. But there you go. Yeah, I'm not really sure what this does. That's a good question. It doesn't go here. Okay, so here's the website here that I ordered it from on my phone here. This is the one that I ordered. Synergy Heatsink mount for BSC 8000. Okay, so they do have one for the 4000 here. Okay, and they have the silver one for the 8000. I kind of didn't want the one with the logo. I kind of just wanted it plain heatsink, but it does look kind of cool, and I'd imagine it does kind of work like a heatsink. So, okay, so it is bling bling. That's one reason I wanted to get it, and I wanted to do a video on it to show it off to you guys. Okay, this should work for any ASI BSC controller for the Light B. But anyway, let's go check the link out right here. I want you to focus, buddy. Okay, so there it is. It was $125. Okay, new batch in black anodized shipping now. It's designed and made in the USA by Bodos Design and Distribution. The Synergy mount is the perfect solution to properly secure the ASI BSC speed controller to your Sur-Ron e-bike. Additionally, the mount system acts as a heatsink for the hardcore riders who are pushing the limits of the ASI controller. Made from 6061-T6 aluminum. Okay, it's specific for the BSC 8000, but it's compatible with ASI BSC 2000 and 4000. Okay. Oh, there is a manual. The manual's right here. Okay, good. Okay, so that's the model number there right now. They have 25 in stock, so as of this video, you can probably still get them. Okay, they don't have the other ones yet. There's the instruction manual on the website. There you go. That's how you're supposed to install. So you bolt it, you clamp it to the BSC controller, and then see, like I mentioned, this guy goes on the top here. Okay, right there. Okay. This camera, man, it's pissing me off. Okay. Yeah, so this part goes on the top there. Okay. And then this, I see, this is a spacer. Okay. So this moves your the controller wings out, or the wings that hold the side of the controller out more, so it goes to where the heatsink is. Okay. So that is the piece of the puzzle that Hades Maker was puzzled about. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so it does have instructions. It is actually on the website. So cool deal. All right, so we will go ahead and install this. It doesn't. I don't think it makes any mention whether you need to put some kind of heatsink grease on it, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a heatsink grease. It says to use a blue Loctite. And that's it. It just says to use a blue Loctite. So we will be installing this. I will be installing this with the heatsink grease because I have a whole bunch. I think it works pretty good. But it should be a pretty flat surface. It doesn't feel flat though. It isn't flat. I can feel it. It's not flat. It should be flat. So yeah, it would probably be a good idea to use a heatsink. Thermal heatsink compound with this. Okay. One thing bad about black is it absorbs heat. That's one thing I don't like about black, and why I would want the silver one. But my bike is black. I think the black one will look better on. It'll make your controller look more murdered out, is what I want to say. Okay. But ideally, I think silver is probably the better color, because it will not attract heat. It won't absorb heat. Okay, so like if you're at the racetrack and the sun's like beating down on your bike, it's gonna heat your controller up because it's black. So that's what I want to say. But when it gets moving, I'm sure it'll cool off. That's fine. So it's black anodized is what it is. I think it's black anodized because naturally aluminum color is not black. So, but it looks very nice. It's very bling bling. I do like it. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty hefty. That's what I'm gonna say. Let's go and let's go and weigh it real quick. I got handy dandy Mr. Scale there. Just gonna put this on there like so, and it's 2 pounds, 2.6 ounces. It's less than 3 pounds. The package said 3 pounds, so I can imagine all the rest of this stuff weighs a little slower. So Hades Omega has the Hades Omega Spec custom heatsink here in the box, and we're gonna see how much this bad boy weighs too. This one seems much lighter. This one's only 1 pound. 1 pound, and I'm sure this probably works just as good as this. But the good thing is this is a combination mount. Okay, this you just add it to the controller. This is actually functions as a mount for your controller. So it's a combination mount and heatsink. So I'm interested to see how good this does. I think it'll do pretty good. I like it. I like it. It's a nice work of art is what I'm going to call it. Okay, it's definitely some nice bling for your bike, and it is functional bling. It acts as a a sturdy mount for your controller and a cooling heatsink for it. Okay, we will be using thermal paste. Okay, we'll be using thermal paste to install this. Okay, it doesn't mention it in the manual, but I will be using thermal paste. It's no problem. Sometimes on the edges, dust will accumulate on it if you're riding off-road, but it's not a big deal. As long as the majority of it is in the center, we'll be fine. Like I mentioned, this doesn't look flat to me, man. It doesn't feel flat. I can kind of feel, you can even see it. Look, it looks like bamboo. That's what it looks like. It reminds me of, like a bamboo floor. Look at that. That's not flat. The edges are flat on this, though. Look. I wonder if they made it that way for a reason. Does that help? Help the cooling? If it's not like flat, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of, like I said, it looks like bamboo. It's interesting. Okay. Anyway, so the next part of the video, we'll go install this. All right. Here's my go. Also, another thing I'm interested about is how well it fits with the fender, because if you remember correctly, when I made this thing, I had to cut these heat sinks out so it would not interfere with my fender. Now, I don't think we're going to have a problem because it's probably about as thick as this. So. But that would we will be checking the fitment on my Surround. Okay, we'll see how good the fitment is, how good it installs, how sturdy it is, and then I don't think we can really do much performance testing with it, but I can tell you, we'll see if it gets hot. If it gets hot, and dissipates heat pretty good, then it's doing its job. All right, here's what we got. This is some extra comments right there. We'll have to see how well it fits with the fender on my bike, because the fender moves. All right, here's what we got.